I think we'll all agree that digital transformation is all about transforming the way a company operates, the way it offers products and service to its customers, the way its internal processes, workflows are optimized and automated, the way that you deal with partners, the way that your technology architecture is constructed or designed, how you use cloud, how you use artificial intelligence. All these things, and the sum of it, is your digital transformation initiatives. That means that at any given time, a digital transformation project has several projects running in sequential mode or in parallel mode. And they all have to be delivered and completed in order for the company to move towards the end goal, the digital transformation of the firm. So theoretically, if you could speed up each of these projects, then you'd be able to speed up or reduce the time it takes for the company to actually start reaping the benefits of that specific part of the digital transformation that project was supposed to deliver. And if you do that and you can speed up the projects more and more, you'd be able to reap the benefits of a digital transformation faster, and you would be able to complete your transformation projects faster also. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about optimizing the processes of process optimization when you are working with digital transformation. If you look at a typical digital transformation project, we'd agree that the digital transformation is about using your digital tools to improve the way your company operates. That makes it shocking to know that around 20% only of an end-to-end project delivery time is actually spent working with the digital tools, is actually spent of the developers doing the digital transformation on behalf of the digital transformation project and the firm. That means every time you have a digital transformation project, 80% is actually spent on project administration and not utilizing the scarce resources that system developers typically are. That also means if you can take a way of looking at these 80% of project administration time and reduce that, you'd be able to reduce the time it takes for each and every project in your digital transformation program to deliver. And again, it means you can deliver the results faster. Your digital transformation program will run faster. And I can tell you it's possible. If you understand why it takes 80% of the project time, then you can start addressing it. Some of the key factors is that there is a lack of roles and responsibilities within the project teams. Not everybody is exactly certain about what they have to do. So when you start talking about, can you please have this done, and you being a team, if your roles and responsibilities are not clearly defined, nobody will take the responsibility of getting this done, and your project will take longer because the project is now waiting on someone, an undefined someone, to return on this question. This is also one of the issues when you're handing off projects or tasks between business units or departments or teams. You're not sure who to hand over to, and you're not sure if some of the messages that you're handing over from one team to another is lost in translation. And if you focus on, again, making it exceptionally clear, I'm handing this over to that specific person and we need these answers within this timeline, then that specific person will be able to come back and say, I didn't understand, you have to rephrase it so I can understand because I have a deadline to meet. That simple trick would reduce the time it takes for your projects to be delivered end to end. When you're looking at how your project is negotiating with the outside world and maybe even your own legal and compliance within the company, you will also see it can take a lot of time. In many cases, it takes a long time because the communication, the dialogue is actually done via emails and not meetings. If you manage to sit with the people that you're negotiating with, if you manage to sit with your legal compliance or information security in the company and discuss the project, discuss the complications, understand their input, and solve the inputs within the meetings, you will reduce the time required significantly. It is a matter of just sitting together with all the right people around the table and discuss the project requirements and specifications and agree on a way forward. That's actually also another thing that delays the projects, because when you kick off a project, typically you think, I need these stakeholders and we'll involve the rest later. A good example is again legal or compliance. You kick off a project with your business stakeholders, with the digital developer stakeholders, and maybe some project resources as well, and you start out longer into the project. You will have to involve legal because you need sign-off, just to give you an example. They will have some comments, and you may have to go back and redo some of your good work. Redo work that could have been avoided if you made sure that at the beginning all relevant stakeholders would be present. Yes, it takes a little bit more meetings in the beginning, but it'll be reduced in the time you need to spend later on. So the net time spent on meetings will be reduced if you follow this method. And again, make sure whenever you agree something, one person only, you can only have one person responsible. Set a clear date, expectations for the delivery, and make sure it's followed up on. And make sure it's okay for the person you have given the responsibility to say, I don't know how to do it, help me. And give the help, of course. When you're working with these projects or process optimizations, another area where you can greatly reduce the overall project delivery time is to fight back. So when the project owner or the business is coming and saying, we would like this and it should look like this, you could actually, with the knowledge that you have and maybe the digital tools you have available, saying, you know what, we know that the benefit of this project is this. And we can give you exactly this, but following another process. And this process is following some of the standard tools that we have available. That could be a CRM solution, that could be Microsoft's Power Automate, where you can reach the same benefit as the project owner wants, but using available tools where the processes are more or less defined. This has two major advantages. When you're working with out-of-the-box solutions, out-of-the-box tools that you have readily available in the organization, and I'll guarantee you have many of them, but maybe you're not fully aware of it, but you do, then you can quickly create a prototype to show to the business unit. You can say, is this what you want? Is this the processes that you want towards the end goal that you have? And which means that you will have a discussion faster and you will have a much more fruitful discussion and adjust the requirements and specifications on the fly while you have the meetings. Once you agree, the actual development time itself is also reduced because you're using standard tools that you have already available in the organization. So think of when you kick off the projects, try to think of focusing more on what is the actual outcome or the benefit this project is supposed to deliver. And what tools do we have available today, maybe even out-of-the-box solutions, that can help the business reach this output? And then it's better to change, if possible, the way you operate within the business, to use the standard tools instead of forcing the tools to fit the way that you want to work, which may not necessarily be the most effective way of working. There's a lot of other benefits using these standard tools, because when the software needs upgrading, you don't have to think about, the changes and modifications you've made. You can simply just upgrade the tool. It is cheaper to run with your development time is reduced. But in general, think of it. If you are looking for a CRM tool, for example, and some of the processes that the business wants to change or have optimized in your digital transformation project are actually standard processes in such a CRM tool, think that the companies, Salesforce, for example, who has created the CRM tool, they've spent billions in understanding what are the best possible workflows or processes. And if you use them out of the box from Salesforce, for example, then you'll benefit from their experiences. So think about this as another added benefit for optimizing or reducing your end-to-end project time. So in short, when you're starting new projects, make sure that you have all stakeholders gathered around the table, everyone. Explain the processes, challenge the processes. And if you do it like this instead, we can actually use the standard tools that we have and then start developing and make sure everybody knows exactly what they're supposed to do and by when. You will speed up your average project delivery time, and you will speed up the time it takes for you to deliver the end-to-end digital transformation. Good luck and thanks for listening.